Morning, y'all. Today we are doing October beans. They're also called Shelly beans. I've heard them called cranberry beans. Anyways, they got a lot of different names. But this morning, first of all, this is what the bean looks like. They're so pretty, okay? So some of them are darker. Some of them have a lot more color. Some of them have leaves. Anyways, so you're going to start with that. I advise the night before you do all your prep work. So last night I sat and shelled. Okay. So these, you're going to take the hull off. We have chickens. Our chickens eat them and love them, so they don't go to waste. I advise you find somebody that's got an animal that could use them. Now, I am using my pretty new little rose jars for some of these just because they're pretty and I want to put them on my shelf. But traditional quarts, you are going to fill them 1/2 to 3/4 full of these beautiful cranberry beans. Then you are going to put 1 teaspoon of canning salt in each jar, and then you're going to fill it the rest of the way with hot water. Then you're going to take your vinegar, put on your paper towel, and you're going to wipe your ring. You're going to put your lid on. You're going to put your ring on, fingertip tight. Then you're going to be putting them over here in these bad boy canners, okay? And those canners should already have 2 quarts of water in them. All right, so here's what that 2 quarts looks like. This is a very old canner. This was my mama's. Okay, so here, this one is full. You got your 7 quarts. That's what they feel like. If you're wondering why we put so much water and not a whole lot of beans, these beans really expand. Okay, so this is full. At this point, I just turned my high heat on, and don't forget your splash of vinegar. I want these pretty jars to stay nice and clear, so put that splash of vinegar in it, and it keeps your jars from getting cloudy. So that lid is now sealed and locked in. I got my heat on. I am going to be waiting for my next step, which is I am waiting for a steady stream of steam coming out of this, and this will pop. So, and this is not hot this second, but it will be. So don't touch it like that. It's just because I literally just started. Kind of hard to see. So you can kind of see it up here and there. This is your solid and steady stream. You're going to want that and this up for 10 minutes. This is telling us that we are sealed and we have a solid stream venting. The vent stays for 10 minutes. Mine's already done that. Now, this is my weight, my little ticker, okay? So, we don't start our timer now. We wait and we start the timer once that thing solidly starts rocking. It'll do it all on its own because that tells you it's up to weight. Now, where I'm located here in Tennessee, I have 10 pounds of pressure that I want. So my thing itself is 5 pounds, plus I got 1 little weight ring on there, so that's another 5. So I got a 10-pound weight on there, and now we just wait. So you can kind of see based on that timer, I think it was like 8-ish minutes or something. So this is what you want to see. Now, as soon as you do that, I know me and my canner here, we got a real good working relationship. So I know what she likes. Mine wants to be between like a 3 and a 4 to keep it rocking and to keep that temperature and pressure built exactly at this. I want that rocking to continue the entire time. Now that I'm rocking, I'm up to pressure. And for these cranberry beans, it is 90 minutes. So we're going to set our timer. Now, if for any reason you were to lose power, you were to lose your heat, whatever, that quits rocking and it goes below the 10 pounds, you have to start your timer over. Safety, okay? The beans require 90 minutes at pressure in order to process and be safe. So, my 90 minutes is ticking down. I got my canner going and she's rattling. So I'm just going to keep breaking these beans that I bought. I'm going to keep breaking those and get my next batch ready. All right, y'all, that timer's just been, or that weight's just been ticking the whole time. My timer just went off, but 90 minutes is over. So I'm just going to clear that right off. And I'm going to turn that off. And I'm just going to let that set. Do not make the pressure come down faster. You will siphon your juice out. Let it be and let it do it on its own. I will come back to this evening sometime and open her up and see what we got. I'll be back. And as you can see now, it is plenty past time. In fact, I've used all the time to decorate for fall in the house. My husband's gonna love it when he gets home. Not really, but anyways. So this is all dropped. Pretty much cool to the touch. I'm gonna take the weight off. I'll make sure I wanna hear nothing. Then I'm going to lock, or unlock rather, my thing. Never, I'm doing this one-handed because I'm holding the camera, but never open this towards your face, ever. Open it away, so if there's any steam left in there, it goes away. I speak from experience. All right, set that to the side. Don't ever set it directly on your countertop. Look at these beautiful. I didn't get my jar grabber. All right, hold back. Look at that beautiful beans. Oh, how pretty. Okay, and so I am going to set. So pretty. Beautiful. All right, we're going to get those out of there. Now that I got them all out. I have a ton of these little things. They're like the dish drainer mats, but anyways, I usually buy the little cheapos from Dollar Store. In fact, I've got some right here. These little ones work great. Never put a jar directly on your countertop. So, there are our 7. Look how pretty they are. Do you notice how the liquid didn't siphon? Because we let it come down to pressure all on its own. And it's still hot and it's still bubbling. So these are going to have to sit here. The regulation says 12 to 24 hours. I try to leave them a full 24, but usually I don't make it. Usually by the next morning, I'm ready to go. But look. All my beautiful little jars have sealed. So none of them, they're all flat. You see that little indentation? That's what you're looking for. You want it to have gone down. So when it fully sealed, it popped itself right down. So there we are. They're all done. What should I make next?